Murphy as the punter this year and handling the kickoff duties. Peppers in the back of the end zone, and again, he will take the knee. Isaiah Crowell, who was vocal this week and his desire to get the football a bit more, and a run for 10 yards there close to the first down. Called on him to be much more productive this week, just a couple of catches through his first 2 games. The cutback by Crowell. With the start at corner, Vontae Davis is still out for the 3rd game in a row. Crowell bottled up in the backfield. 5-man pressure hit as he releases, and it's incomplete. Is the deep man, Britton Colquitt, to punt it from his own 25. Bray on the run, and will take it out of bounds just outside the 20. So Indianapolis. And a flag prior to the snap.
False start, offense, the center. 5-yard penalty, it's first down.
Ned Kelly is still out with the foot injury. Hauled down in the backfield, Travon Collie. New coordinator Greg Williams for Cleveland. Out of the gun on 2nd down. He drops it off underneath to Brandon Williams. Now Robert Turbin is the offset back.
Got Peppers up by the line of scrimmage.
Browns.
False start, offense, left guard, 5-yard penalty, it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and 17, Jack Doyle, the most dependable receiver thus far for Brissett, and that will get them out to the 25. So not only are they excited about Peppers on defense, but also to bolster this special teams unit. They'll be forced to wave again, another fair catch. Anyone else deter us from our efforts to unify? That from the owner of the Cleveland Browns. The carry by Isaiah Crowell for a few. Kaiser to throw on 2nd and 4. It's Crowell out of the backfield. Breaks 1 tackle. Muscles his way out to about the 42-yard line, and a first down. It was John Bostic who missed a chance. Revamped offensive line that has had a couple of weeks to work together now. Kaiser, as the pocket comes apart in front of him. Now let's see, did they whistle him down before he got the throw off? They're going to say an incomplete pass. It was Simon and Morrison.
Sacked by Suggs last week.
On 2nd and 10, the fake to Duke Johnson. Kaiser will keep in the slide out to the 48-yard line. Four-man pressure, Kaiser using his legs to buy some time, rifles it downfield, and the catch by Seth DeValve down inside the 30-yard line, and a flag down.
Before the pass was thrown, pass interference, offense number 87. It was a pick. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat 3rd down.
6 DBs on the field for the Colts. Simon chasing Kaiser. That'll catch him. Taken down back at the 30. So a costly penalty on Seth DeValve to take away the first down. And then Simon with the sack. And the Colquitt boot is away to Quan Bray. Nice spin at the 20 and takes it out to the 27-yard line. It's a 52-yard punt. A couple of tight ends set with Gore in the backfield. Frank, 1 block, but too many Browns coming after the quarterback, and it's Kirksey and Schobert getting the sack. Williams has talked a lot about a culture change for this Browns defense. Brissett checks it down, and the catch is made by Kamar Aiken to make the most of what they have at Cleveland. Brissett on the move. Nice ball fake. It allows him to dive forward for about 4 more out to the 34-yard line. Tripped up. Sanchez back out to punt it away to Peppers. That will chase Peppers to the near sideline and out of bounds.
They brought in Locke.
Some of you will be seeing the Packers coming up next against the Bengals. Jordy Nelson expected to return to the lineup, and the back shoulder throw out to the 40. Kaiser intended for Kenny Britt, and yardage, 68 catches, 1,002 yards last year with the Rams. Kaiser on the rollout into the dirt at the feet of David Njoku. Pressure coming from Henry Anderson. Colts rush 5. Kaiser hit and then batted up into the air and will fall innocently to the grass. But it was tipped by Margus Hunt at the line. Chance for the Colts to get some good field position right here. Colquitt booms a good one. Bray the fair catch at his own 30-yard line. Yes. Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator. He had the Seals come in, and Hugh Jackson and the Browns working with the Seals in the offseason to help get them prepared physically and mentally.
Jackson, he liked the players, and because people said he couldn't succeed there.
Another carry for Frank Gore after 7 yards on first down. He'll pick up a couple here, and it'll be 3rd down and 1 for Gore.
Singled up.
They're going to run it with Turbin right up the gut. The Browns were there to stuff it. The second push may have gotten him across the 40-yard line, and the spot looks like it's good for the 1st down.
Power football, just giving Turbin the ball. Good push by that left side of the offensive line. Getting the 1st down. Greg Williams likes to do press man coverage.
The fake to Gore. Brissett has a man open at the Cleveland 45, and it's T.Y. Hilton, and it's a 1st down, Indianapolis. Peppers all the way back inside his own 20. A preventative measure against the deep ball, but Jay, does that open you up against touchdowns and 15 or more receiving touchdowns? The screen set up for the tight end. Doyle is dropped. An unfortunate one for the Colts there. Brissett with time, drops it over the top. Hilton, the catch on the run at the 20 and out of bounds at the 5. Went over the head of Jamar Taylor for 30 yards. Through the air in this first quarter as we approach a minute to go. Gonna roll out. Gets away from the rush. Bobby Calhoun, and then runs out at the 5. Now go in motion and come back. On the fake again, Brissett using his legs to buy some time, and it's incomplete. Doyle motions out of the backfield. Brissett off the pump, gonna run for it. And he'll get there. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Spread them out wide and then go quarterback draw. Use your quarterback's leg. Jacoby Brissett getting into the end zone.
It in from 5 yards out. Adam Vinatieri in his 22nd season now in the NFL is true on the PAT. 7-0 Colts. Peppers again deep in the end zone and no chance. Crowell and Danny Vitale in the backfield here for Cleveland. And Isaiah will get the ball. He's been the leading rusher for Cleveland in each of the last 2 seasons. John Bostic there with the tackle. He's in just 28 yards of offense for Cleveland in that first quarter. And a 7-0 lead for the Colts. On a 5-yard touchdown run for Jacoby Brissett. Isaiah Crowell with another carry.
This offense, look at the formation. 3 wide on both sides. Joe Thomas up top.
Coming up!
Deep down the sideline, and the catch is made on the run by Kenny Britt.
Kenny Britt gets behind for a big play. Much needed play for the Browns.
They picked on the new guy, Desir, that time. Crowell gets the edge and cuts it back inside down to the 19-yard line, hit by Antonio Morrison. A lot of young talent around him, including the new quarterback, Kaiser. The pitch to Duke Johnson. Couple of nice cuts. Johnson making something out of nothing. diving for the corner and in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The athletic move to finish.
Give the rookie DeShone Kizer credit, because he went with the kill, checked out of it, and gave it to Duke Johnson, who just makes something out of nothing.
And the rookie out of Arizona State does just that. And an offense that was stagnant in the first quarter really came alive after the deep throw from Kizer to Kenny Britt. Quan Bray will not bring it out. Set and Kizer.
White 20. Good.
Frank Gore with the burst up the middle. Out across the 45 to the 46, and Frank goes on a 21-yard jaunt. He was telling us the younger guys are always teasing him and asking him, how old are you anyway, as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. He happens to be 35 years of age, the five-time Pro Bowler. Hey, he'll catch his breath. And Matt Jones, brought up from the practice squad, is in. Rifled for a first down into Browns territory to T.Y. Hilton for another big gainer. T.Y. on first down with Gore offset. Pressure coming off the edge. They blitz the safety, and Brissett hit hard, and a late flag in the backfield. The quarterback to move, and then Nate Orchard is going to be flagged here.
Defense number 44. 15 yards, automatic first down. White 20.
Gore deep in the eye with Doyle playing fullback and cut down. Maybe lost a yard. Joe Schobert, who won the middle backer job at one of those linebacker spots. He's out in the concussion protocol this week. Brissett fires to Hilton and down to the 7.
They got a matchup they like with T.Y. Hilton. First down.
Got work to do. Spins away from the defense. He's got a lane, and he's got his second rushing touchdown. Another one on the ground.
Just a great job improvising by Jacoby Brissett. The Browns without Sam linebacker Jamie Collins.
Extra point, Vinatieri. Tied though, set at 70 degrees. And a touchdown lead for the Colts. Brissett with a couple of rushing scores, and Peppers still without a chance to make a return today.
Outside, we're getting outside having fun.
Got a few kickers in the family. Beth Mullins and Jay Feely with you in Indianapolis. DeShone Kizer led the scoring drive on their last possession, and this throw incomplete. They give this to Crowell, and Bostic is right there to meet him. John, the fifth-year man out of Florida, and a free agent pickup. Blitz coming up the middle. Kizer unloads it downfield, and it's caught by DeValve at the 46-yard line, and a first down for the Browns.
If you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you love to see that.
20 yards on that strike. We'll run it up the middle. Well, DeShone has gotten some help from a lot of different people making the transition and feeling much more comfortable and confident with every passing practice. On the run, gets across midfield, and it'll get run out of bounds around the 47. Lewis in motion. Kizer looking and throwing, and it's dropped at the 45-yard line. Kizer now 3 for 10, but as you've referenced, several of those have not been his fault, as Colquitt will try and bury the Colts deep here. And he does. Down to Brissett. This, however, is their worst starting field position of the day. And almost caught in the end zone was Turbin by Derek Kindred. Just got back out. It's a Ravens team that just beat the Browns last week. Brissett out of the end zone, looking deep for Moncrief, coming back, and he's got it out across the 30.
Throw by Brissett.
8th carry today for Gore. He'll pick up 2 or 3. Frank now bunch them both to the left side. Play action, good. Pass protect, and through the hands of Hilton. They've been good so far on third downs, 4 of 6. Pressure coming. Brissett gets it away. Wide open. Hilton at the 50. Inside the 40 and the cutback at the 35. And T.Y. Hilton is gone. Touchdown Indianapolis, 61 yards. Great block by Bray.
Peppers taking a poor angle again.
3 possessions, 3 scores in a row now for the Colts. 61 yards. Touchdown catch. And the first touchdown throw of Jacoby Brissett's career. Making his 4th start today.
Field and score.
5 catches, 145 yards for Hilton in the first half. Kaiser trying to drop one over the top to David Njoku, their first-round pick. And then, of course, on the offensive side, it was Kaiser and Njoku, their big pickups on draft day. Short gain on second down for Crowell. Kaiser, good protection. The heave down the middle and out of the reach of Higgins. Incomplete, and it's 4th down. And the Colts may have gotten Cleveland to jump here.
False start offense, number 54. 5-yard penalty, it's 4th down.
Right is 10 for Colquitt, back to the 7.
Colts showing rush, expect a bounce return.
Bray surveys the scene, no fair catch. And another good spin away from the first line coming at him, and he'll take it back out to the 40-yard line, and flags flying everywhere.
After the runner was down, personal foul, unnecessary roughness by the kicking team, number 52. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
The Colts have scored on their last 3 possessions. Brissett got his feet tangled and gives to Gore, and then Brissett is slow to get back to his feet. Tolzien, who was the opening day starter, and the backup now to Brissett. Jacoby looking deep downfield for Hilton. Contact at the 5 as it falls incomplete, and the coverage of Peppers, they went after the rookie again.
Peppers is struggling. They didn't have him
Pass
back.
interference, defense, number 22. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
That's a good call. Not a lot of contact, but you're going to make that call every time because you're not looking for the ball. You're just hitting the man.
Ends up being a 36-yard penalty from the 11. Brissett with a couple of rushing and 1 passing touchdown in the first half. The give is to Frank Gore down to the 5 and stood up there. Give is to Gore again. Touchdown Colts.
Well, Greg Williams' defense not playing tough, not playing smart, not being physical, not doing anything to stop this Colts offense right now. And this game has gotten
Terry busy with the PATs. Set up that last touchdown. He hasn't had a chance yet, and it'll have to wait.
time here, Ben. 2:41 left. You got 2 timeouts.
Popped up in the air, knocked around, and it's actually caught by offensive lineman Kevin Zeitler.
Picked off. Would have been disastrous.
A loss of 4 there. They'll get it back out on the flat to Kenny Britt. Blitz coming. Kaiser across the middle, incomplete, looking for DeValve, and there's the flag.
Pass interference defense, number 20. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
Contact.
2-minute drill here for Cleveland, looking deep down the sideline, incomplete. Ricardo Lewis had a chance at it.
Dropping balls not helping their offense at all.
Got to be at least 4 of them so far in the half. Kaiser back to the air, and the snag is made by Kason Williams.
Some of the players in Seattle were too.
Drafted free agent out of Auburn. Kaiser, look at the protection he's got. Johnson underneath, makes a man miss, two guys miss, and dives down to the 41-yard line and a gain of 7. More pressure coming up the middle for the Colts. Incomplete across the middle, looking for Kenny Britt. A run option right, there is the pitch to Crowell. And he's got the first down and out of bounds, 1:04 to go in the half. Jordan Leslie to the bottom. Kaiser looking that way, and the catch down inside the 30 to DeValve. Kaiser looking for Leslie, going up the one-handed grab, and he makes the catch down to the 2-yard line. Pressure coming, Kaiser's throw incomplete, intended for Crowell at the 1.
They tried to run a little pick with Seth DeVal, have him come from the tight
foul,
end.
roughing the passer defense, number 29. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Penalty.
Half the distance, still first and goal, play action, and the pass into the end zone, Njoku, touchdown.
Right here, Njoku, he's just going to block and then release. The Colts lose sight, and Kaiser drops it in there, nice play. Quarterback, and boy, do the Browns need that.
Rookie out of Miami with his second career touchdown catch. Gonzalez puts it through 10 plays, 75 yards in just 2 minutes and 14 seconds. The Lou Groza Award winner, best kicker in college football last year. Ray will take a knee. And they're just going to go ahead and take a knee here and let the clock run out. Brissett, 2 rushing touchdowns, a passing touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, 5 catches, 5 yards in the half, and that included catches of 61, 31, and 26 yards. He was a big play guy in that first half. Safeties back deep all the way out, 2 of them now at the 45. And the Colts will run it with Frank Gore. 11 carries, 44 yards, and a touchdown in that first half for Frank. That's Danny Shelton with the tackle.
Now,
Both Peppers and Derek Kindred are back deep, and a flag with some ball started offense. Number 74, 5-yard penalty at second down. Movement from Anthony Costanzo, the left tackle. A little bit of a red flag for Indy fans. The second half penalties last week really hurt in their overtime loss to Arizona. The screen here for Gore, read beautifully by Joe Schobert. Turbin is now in at tailback. He'll get the ball. Rumbles out to the 25, and that's it. Sanchez to punt from his own 10. Peppers, again, good directional punt, chases him all the way over to the sideline. He's forced to step out of bounds, and there is a flag right in front of him as well.
Out of bounds without being touched.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 42 of the kicking team went out of bounds and remained out of bounds too long. That's a 15-yard penalty enforced from the end of the kick. First down.
So watch Kenny Moore here run out of bounds. He does get touched, so it's legal to go out of bounds, but you have to get back in bounds as quick as you can. He just keeps running up down the sideline and hit him.
The merger of sports and politics in the last 24 hours with the NFL. Kaiser flushed out, heat coming, and down goes Kaiser. Matthias Farley coming up from the secondary to make the play. Holding defense, number 30. It's a 5-yard penalty enforced from the previous spot and an automatic first down. Colts, Duke Johnson in the backfield with Kaiser. Duke will get the carry, ball's out, and Johnson falls on it. Njoku is the motion man after Hugh Jackson told him to get off the line of scrimmage.
Out into the flat, Johnson trying to create, out to the 49. John Bostic with the tackle. Kaiser to Johnson, first down and more. Breaking tackles inside the 30 and spun down at the 28-yard line. Kaiser, incomplete. Short to Kenny Britt, the intended receiver. For weeks of the preseason and now into the regular season, a guy they think could be a franchise quarterback for them. Into a tight window and a first down to Njoku. And Kaiser trying to solidify the position. First down, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 4-yard line by Rashawn Melvin. And you talk about all Kaiser's positives, the negative is the red zone giveaways. On Melvin in the red zone as the Browns were driving to try and get within a touchdown. And now from inside their own 10, Gore maybe for one. Let's go back to the pick here. With each other, familiarizing each other with that playbook and what Kaiser is best at running. Out into the flat, it's Turbin to the 12. That was skewed a bit by going 0 for 10 on third down in the opener against the Rams. Brissett with the time. And the catch is made by Dante Moncrief for the first down. Playing in a contract year this season. This is Gore. Good push right up the middle. Larry Ogunjobi, leader and the first guy from the 49ers to get drafted. Brissett scrambles. Nassib got a piece of it, and Doyle almost came up with the catch. They ruling it an incompletion or a fumble. They're going to say incomplete.
He caught it. It looked like
no foul on the play. It's third down.
Brissett gets hit as he's throwing the ball. Here's Doyle. He's going to try and catch it. It's bouncing around. It gets up on his helmet, and right as he's about to bring it in, there's the hit. Good call in the field, incomplete.
Brissett looked to drop it off underneath for Turbin, incomplete, and it's fourth down. The one miscue, the red zone interception. Kaiser to Kason Williams. And again, good directional punting and a late hit out of bounds. Do we see a flag? None yet. Crowell with the carry for the 12th time today for 43 yards. How about the Higgins to the near side? They'll look left, throw left, and that's incomplete. Behind. Kaiser. First down Browns and a flag down at midfield on the catch by DeValve. Run out by Hooker.
Pass interference, offense, number 81. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat third down.
Eight-men drop back defensively. Will the three-man rush be enough? Kaiser extending the play, and then he'll eat it at the 31.
Sitting in there, getting a big sack, taking off, getting some yards, not turning it over.
Colquitt's punt to Quan Bray. Bray going backwards and tripped up at the 15-yard line by B.J. Bello. Beat me by just that much.
I am slightly competitive.
The line. Great cause and a good day yesterday in Indy. Moncrief and Taylor tussled for that one, broken up incomplete. And his first career touchdown pass today, as well as a couple of rushing touchdowns. Here's Matt Jones.
2 straight punts and staring at a third.
Brissett with the time and with a man across the middle. Quan Bray out to the 40 and a first down. Shift to get Doyle into the backfield with Jones, and Brissett trips and falls. That's the second time that's happened on the snap. You don't have your usual center Ryan Kelly either in there. He's out again this week with the injury. Kaiser, plenty of time to find Doyle. Out across the 40, ball squirts free. Browns recover. And the Browns have it.
Bunch formation. Doyle was inside. Ball just pops out.
The Indy 44. Kaiser complete down to the 40. They drafted David Njoku, so new guys there. Kaiser again to the air. Flag down as the catch is made by Rashard Higgins. And now they're going to rule it incomplete.
The ruling on the field is that the pass was incomplete. Pass interference, offense number 81. It's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat second down.
Johnson.
Up.
Kaiser off the play action. Intercepted again by Rashawn Melvin. It went through the hands of Britt, and it's the second pick for Melvin. Territory that the Colts bring back out across midfield. Brissett to his tight end. Daniels cut down immediately at the 42, and that'll take care of the third quarter. Quarter in which Deshaun Kaiser threw a couple of picks to Rashawn Melvin. Frank Gore carries it to the 40. Melvin back. Just 50 yards for the Colts in that third quarter after they racked up 260 in the first half. They got him to jump off sides, first down. Derek
Neutral
Kendrick.
zone infraction defense. Defensive left end. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Today. And here is more Gore. Frank down to the 31-yard line. He's approaching 50 on the day. Gore again down to the 28. Schobert was there to meet him in midair. A 10-point lead, as a matter of fact, last week that got away in an overtime loss. Turbin makes the move to get the first down. Gore met in the backfield and thrown for a loss. Christian Kirksey. They're going to grind it out now, try and work that clock on their way towards the red zone and now into it.
T.Y. Hilton in motion. Hasn't had a catch in the second half.
And there he is, right on cue. Out at the 15. He's going to be short of the first down, and Vinatieri's coming on. From the left hash. And it is good. Sanchez to kick it away. Peppers is back deep. They've done a good job of taking Peppers out of the special teams game so far. He has not had a chance on a return, and he won't get one there.
Playoff games there, but it was nice and cold.
You'll be on the sideline coming up on Thursday night, right?
I will. Tracy Wilson and I. Get Baltimore.
Kaiser on 2nd and 10. Caught maybe for a yard. So what Joe Thomas talked about trying to avoid against the three-man pressure. Kaiser incomplete. Malik Hooker had a beat on that one. Short.
Away.
Bray. Fair catch at the 18. Led by Frank Ryan, Gary Collins, and of course the great Jim Brown. It's a team with a young nucleus of players. They've gone heavy, 30 years of age on these rosters. One of them's Frank Gore. He's the deep man in the eye, and he's got the ball. Two tight ends. Now Doyle into the backfield to help block. Trying to buy Kaiser some time, and he'll run out of it. Nate Orchard with the sack. End over end. Peppers moving forward to make the fair catch. conversions. Many of them have been long. As Kaiser will try and take a chunk here on first down, and he's got it. Down inside the Colts 35, Duke Johnson continues to have a big afternoon. Johnson's had a hand at almost every big play they've had offensively. Kaiser buying time and chucks it as he's shoved out of bounds by Simon. 2nd and 10. Dropping it off for Crowell to the 32-yard line. Another penalty on Cleveland.
False start offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty, it's 3rd down.
The 54-yarder from here.
Kaiser stepping up, off the fake, now trying to leg it out. Takes a hit at the 23-yard line, and the flag flies. And
After the play was over, a personal foul, unnecessary roughness defense, number 20. 15 yards, half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
play action. Kaiser looking for Britt in the end zone. Flags are down, the catch is made. It appeared to be out of bounds.
On the field as the pass was complete for a touchdown. The foul was pass interference, defense number 30. That penalty is declined. The play does result in a touchdown.
So the touchdown pass to Britt. Extra point. Gonzalez is good.
Expect Britton Colquitt to fake it and then to kick it up top here.
That's what happens, and the high hop to Jack Doyle, who secures it for Indianapolis. And they'll go with Doyle as the fullback here as well. This is Frank Gore. Trying to mash it up the middle, got back to the line of scrimmage.
The second half.
Receiver screen to Hilton. Wrap. 3rd and 6, they bring pressure. Brissett steps up, wide open in front of him. They'll slide at the 25, but there's a flag down at the line, and every Brown on the field is pointing. Hugh Jackson says, yep, we'll take that.
Holding offense number 75. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat 3rd down.
And now Hockley is...
He wanted some TV time.
Is he not certain the spot is correct?
He spent a little extra time working out this week. Wanted to make sure that he got a little TV time.
He'll put it back in the same spot.
White 20. Good.
Turbin across midfield and down to the 47, running into Joe Schobert. Down to 5. And they'll snap it. Peppers will let this one go over his head, and it will be touched back into the end zone. And is there another flag down? Back.
Ball that he could return, I'd make him kick it again.
Holding by the kicking team, number 59. Cleveland has elected to enforce that from the end of the kick. It was a touchback. It will therefore be enforced to the 30-yard line. Cleveland's ball, 1st down.
101 yards and a couple of TDs with a couple of picks. And his first attempt caught out to the 39-yard line. Kaiser on the move. Margus Hunt shoved him. Almost ripped by Bostic. It actually hit him. Kaiser looking for Duke Johnson. He's sandwiched at the 45, but holds on. 1st down.
Clock's running. You got no timeouts.
Looking for Johnson again. Goes up to get it. inside the 45-yard line, and they'll move the chains again. For 21 today, Crowell now in. Kaiser, Lewis had it, and it's another drop, the 5th of the day for the Browns receivers. Kaiser, broken up by Melvin.
Need a touchdown and a field goal.
Or Gonzalez. Kaiser, incomplete, and it's 4th down. Blitz coming off the edge. Kaiser looks downfield. His receiver went down, and there's the penalty flag.
Pass interference, defense number 30. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
From the 23. Kaiser, another one. Off the hands of DeValve this time. Kaiser looking left, throwing that way. Lewis has it inside the 15, fighting for an extra couple of yards. They'll mark him down around the 13-yard line and a first down. Pressure coming up the middle. Kaiser got room inside the 5 for the pylon goes Deshaun Kaiser, and out of bounds at the 1.
So because of that, they're going to call him short at the 1-yard line.
The ball is short of the goal line. It does result in a first down.
This is what Kaiser didn't do against Baltimore. Take off and trust your legs. The bottom.
Kaiser keeps, and he scores. Touchdown Cleveland with 2:05 to go.
6'4", 233 pounds. Big, powerful, physical runner.
For a big 6 points there to put pressure on an Indianapolis team that lost a 10-point lead in the 4th quarter last week. Doyle is up at the top of the screen. They'll go right up the middle with it, and it is recovered by the Colts. Got him back close to within 3. But now the only thing to stop the clock is the 2-minute warning or a takeaway here. Gore secures it, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So there is a chance here for Cleveland to get a stop and at least force a 4th down play. Gore hitting the backfield immediately.
They can run it.
White 20.
Now to 1:15 to go. It's Gore again. Back to the initial line of scrimmage. Browns coming after it, and Sanchez gets it out. And now the dangerous return man Peppers with the fair catch at the 8-yard line.
He's got to take a chance there. You got to catch the ball and go. Time.
3-man rush, 6 defensive backs. It's underneath to Duke Johnson in the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down inside the 10-yard line. And the flags are thrown in the secondary.
Pass interference, offense number 80. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat first down.
Kaiser out of the end zone, dancing, and now throwing it incomplete. Out to the 20.
So take a shot up high.
He'll send it deep. Intercepted, Malik Hooker. And the Colts will win it. They didn't finish last week, they do this week. And a 31-28 win. The first of the season for Indianapolis and for the Browns' 15th consecutive road loss. Jacoby Brissett, a passing touchdown and 2 rushing TDs today for the Colts as they get the win. And now let's get you to James Brown in New York.